today I wanted to show you my January completed and not completed adult coloring pages. I have a few from December that I forgot to show you guys. After I did my completed pages, I was like, I swear I did more, and I did. I just forgot about them. So I guess let's start with the whips. Oh my. As my book just falls apart. Well, it didn't fall apart. I took it apart. Okay, so let's start with whips. That one's not a whip, so I'll move that out. So I had started this one in December. I don't know what I was really going for, per se. I really liked the blue hair, and I loved her and like all the red. And then when I had finished her, I was working on making like a gold bow, but then I was just like, I don't know. It was like, I loved it at first, and then I hated it, and I just didn't want to finish it. I think it was too much blue. I think that's honestly what happened, is because I didn't like all the blue here. I think I should have made this like purple. That would have been better. But I wanted to bring some of the blue that's sitting up here down here. And yeah, I just didn't like it, and then I just didn't finish it. So this will probably never get finished, to be completely honest. So here's another one. This is from Lou Art Dreams. Beautiful artwork. By the time I started this one, I was just like Christmased out. And that was the problem. I reused the same red combo I used here, because I was trying to see how it would look. And yeah, just I was like, oh, I really want to color this because I wanted to sit here and flick pine needles. And I should have just started with the pine needles, I think. But yeah, by then I was just like, yeah, I'm done. So I didn't get done. Those are completed. These are completed. Completed. Let me just make a completed pile. Okay. I think these are all whips. There might be some that aren't, but so in Tenderful Enchantments by Clara Markova, I have a page somewhere. I was doing it with Polly's. It's not that one, although this is a whip I need to finish. Is it right after this? Where on earth is this page? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Okay. So it was this double page spread. I usually treat these little ones with the art on this side as a double page. So this is done with polychromos, and I really don't have a ton left to do. And I was just doing a limited color palette. I think I got stumped on what I wanted to do for the sky, just because I was trying to go for a more magical looking grass, I guess. I don't know. I really like the way polys feel on this paper. It's super smooth, but yeah, the polys just, because polys are a hard lead, but they don't ever get scratchy. At least mine haven't yet. Crossing fingers, I didn't just jinx that. But yeah, so on this smooth paper, they work great. Of course, I love using Prismas here too. And I'm going to do a tutorial on the berries, which is why there's a cluster right there hanging out. But yeah, I just got to finish this one. I think I'm just kind of waiting to see what I want to do for the background. I don't know. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, in Luna, well, this is a finished page. Well, no, it's not finished. I'm sorry. It looks finished. But what I was going to do is I was going to take one of my mini glittery paints. For example, I was kind of thinking of this glitterific one. Oh, see there. I was thinking of the glitterific one either in this fine, or no, this is the thick one. This is the fine one. Let's see. You can kind of see the difference. And I was going to go all the way around and like get the background all sparkly. So it's not done. I need to paint the background. This was done with Brute Fooner squares. And I'm doing Luna in the colors of the cover. So that's why it looks like that. Not super happy with how it turned out. The root furners were okay on this paper. I just don't like the color combos I picked, if I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, I need to paint and make the background all sparkly, kind of like I did, let's see, with this one. Just loads of glitter. Kind of made it seem more interesting. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's going to go on my whip pile. All right, this is a whip. She's done. I just need to give her a background. But as you can see, my dog jumped on my bed when I wasn't home, and I left this on my bed because I was in the middle of coloring it. And a graphite pencil went right across, so now I gotta erase that, which sucks because it's gonna pull up the Prisma here. So I'm just kind of like waiting it out. But yeah, for the background, I think I'm gonna take a distress ink and just do the outer edges, slowly coming in, but kind of leave a white around her. Either that or a light blue. So it'll either be kind of a creamish, brownish color or a bluish. But this is still a whip, technically. But this is, it's called Cocoa by Lana Green. I had done this, like, seriously at the start of January and absolutely loved how it turned out. The hair is Dermot Pro Color. The rest of it is Prismacolor. You're going to notice I've been leaning a lot more towards my Prismas lately because the alphabet challenge has made me realize I just love my Prismas. Excuse me if I have stuffy nose. I caught another cold. But yeah, I just loved how this turned out. I spent my time with the fabric folds and just had a lot of fun. So adorable too. Oh, everything of hers is on Instabuy. Let's get some of these out of here. Okay. You might recognize this from my January haul. Well, I went and immediately started coloring it because I was just in love with this. But it's called Apple Blossom Fairy House, I think. It's by Stephanie Colors on Etsy. And I just love this image. It is so cute. I mean, don't you think? So all that I have left is the chimney. These little doodads here. And then I was just going to make a background, but only circle around this space because the ground is so limited. So I'm just going to do that in like a basic blue, either gelato, probably a gelato, because I don't feel like breaking out pan pastels. But this is all Prismacolor. There was a joke in my live stream the other day about my flicking, you know, because I love to flick hair, but I also like flick colors whenever the opportunity arises, and typically flowers have always been something I flick in, but I also flick apples now. I don't know. It was very therapeutic, but yeah, this isn't done. But this was just with my Prismas on my usual Nina 110 cardstock, and I love the leaf color. Oh my gosh, I'm so stuffy. Okay, in Mythographic Menagerie, I supposedly started something, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the whip. So this is done except for the background. I had colored this with Star Joys. I tried it on the Star Joys on this paper. Did not like them on this paper. The pigment would not, like the pigment was just not coming out. Like these colors on the owl, are colors that look so great on my swatch chart, but when I was using them on this paper, which still has a little bit of tooth, more tooth than what I swatch on, yeah, it just didn't come out the same. I also did a random palette from Sarah Renee Clark in her color catalog, and so yeah, I just picked a random palette, and it worked out well for this page because when these colors popped up, I was like, ooh. But then I'm like, you know what? I could do this. I almost wish I did the owl black now, though, because it just looks, I don't know. But the background was going to be a dark purple, because that's what the palette has. It was like black, purple, light pink, this sagey green, and then a dark purple. So I might do that in like neo colors. I don't know. So I'm kind of sitting here mulling over like what to do, whether it be neo colors or even watercolor, because this paper, it is one-sided, but I just was, yeah, I did not like the Star Joys on this paper, so I need to finish that one. Okay, All right, this lovely one. This is another one by Lou Art Dreams, artist I found not too long ago on Etsy, and I really like all of her work, obviously. Now, I had started this one on stream using Arctics, the new Arctics colored pencils, the, Prisma-ish pencils. I say ish because they're not quite. Now, this entire thing was done with the Arctics, even the hair. And I normally, like, for example, with Prisma, I don't do hair with Prisma. I hate doing hair with Prisma. The Arctics are a little harder, so they held up okay for the hair, but they still didn't quite give the look I wanted if I was using like one of my more preferred brands, simply because they started to get waxy buildup and get sticky. And I was too lazy to come upstairs to my art studio and get my craft knife and just add the strands that way. So it was partially me, partially the pencils. They blended all right for the skin. She's not done though. I still actually need to buff out her skin with a Korilynn blender, but I also need to give her a background. So I'm thinking this one will be probably gelatos and just some nice soft pinks and purples. But yeah, overall it wasn't bad. Turned out okay. These definitely don't blend like my Prismas. They're not as smooshy. And then with the skin tone, it was all right. I'm going to make a few tweaks to my preferred colors, I think, because I ended up adding a few extras after the live stream to kind of balance out. It was coming off a little yellow. So, yeah, but the rose came out really well. The leaves were all right. Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm the only person right now that's not on, like, the Arctics hype train. I did this page and then I was like, I could totally be fine putting those Arctics away and never breaking them out again. Am I the only one feeling that? Like, I can't be, right? Am I? I don't know. I'm still going to color another page with them before I do a full review. Like I usually do, I try to do a portrait and then I try to do a page in a coloring book. Now, this was a soft cardstock, so I'm going to use a book that has a little more tooth and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, I don't know. But I need to set this aside so I can remind myself to do the background. A lot of whips. Wow. All right. I've got this stack over here I don't want to forget. These are all whips too, I think. All right. So in Magical Earth, this is a Joseph Kattenbang. I always screw that up. There's... Actually, this is a finished page. I lied. This isn't a whip. Once I find it, it's not that one. Where are you? I shared it on Instagram. It was like the first time I had shared on Instagram in a long time. So I was very proud of myself. Oh, there it is. I was like, oh my gosh, is it not this book? So yeah, I did this near the beginning of the month. This was just with Prismacolor. I like how they act on the paper. The background is pan pastel. So I have a few different pan pastel colors. There's a pink, a purple, and a light blue. Excuse me. The purple is from like their glittery, shimmery set, but you don't really see the shimmer. And then I did have to spray it with my Grumbacher. Not because I was worried about Prisma transfer, but because I did not want the pan pastel to come up. So the pan pastel is there forever now. But I basically tried to like take the colors I used in the flowers here and use that in the background. Because all the purple flowers have the same sky blue, a light pink, and then purples. But this is just such a gorgeous picture. Like the ballerinas, I don't know. I was just instantly drawn to it. I did start this page with the Arctics, and I need to finish it. We'll see how it goes. Originally I was going to do it on camera, and then I'm like, I don't want to. But so far I'm not super happy with how these colors are blending. I'm using colors similar to what I would have used in my Prismas, but it's just not, they're not blending out the way I like. And this paper is a little toothier. So yeah, one finished and one whip in there. Okay, now I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was sitting in bed one day and I was like, you know what? I really am itching to do a pencil background. And I love using polychromos in these Clara Markova books. So I started doing this on a double page spread. I don't know what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me when you're like, hey, you know what would be fun? Polychromos background on a double page spread. And that's a lot of background. I mean, look at that. That's a lot of like real estate. So I was slowly blending. This is like 8 layers. I don't even know. Because, you know, you want to keep going light and such so everything blends together. Then I realized, hey, you know, Corey, you know what would be smart is you have Albrecht-Dürer in the same color. Why don't you just do the background in the Albrecht-Dürer, activate them, and probably do like 2 layers and call it a day. So I'm going to do that because, yeah, by the time I got like this much down, I was like, what is wrong with me? Because this still needs quite a few layers to blend out. And yeah, so I'm going to get my Albrecht-Dürers and do this the right way and not the crazy way. And do this color, same colors, because the same colors translate from your polys to your Albrecht-Dürer. And I'm going to do the background and get a couple coats. Now, my only worry when doing that is while they are the same color, they don't necessarily come out the same once activated. Even when you layer them up, there's still going to be a slight variation of color. So what I'll do is I'll probably like start on this side, and if it's just not looking like it'll meld into over here, I'll erase these out, which would suck, but just because I spent so much time. But because polys are easy to erase, thanks to that lovely oil quality in them, I can erase them and then just put the Albrecht-Dürer over it and pretend it never happened. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Because yeah, this is just, I'm not doing that anymore with pencils. That was like 4 hours. And at first it was very, very soothing and healing and relaxing. And then about like, you know, layer 5, I was like, okay, this is dumb. All right. So let's get on to the very few pages I actually finished, because this is the stack o' whips. Oh, that's awful. All right. So in Botanicum by Maria Trollet, I don't know, I was in a weird funky mood. Aren't you guys impressed? They aren't all portraits. That's like a first. So I decided to color this one. Again, pencil background, because I was losing my mind this month. And I was just, my thing is I never get the backgrounds done because I like to color downstairs most of the time and not in my art studio. So I'll finish a page, but I'm too lazy to like go all the way upstairs to my art studio and do the background. So I was like, you know what? If you're too lazy to get off your buns, walk upstairs and use the supplies, then you're going to have to do a pencil background. And that's what I did here. I don't like how it turned out, but oh well. This is with Polychromos, I believe. No. This is with Prisma, but the background is with Polychromos. Wow, I was really crazy on that. I should have done that with Prisma. But overall, I like the way it turned out. It's not awful. It's not great. I probably could use another layer on the background, but by then I was just like, okay, I'm over this. And then I also did this one here. Now, this one is with Polychromos because I do like the polys on this super smooth paper. This background is with polys as well because, again, I told myself if I'm too lazy to walk upstairs, then I gotta color the background with the pencils I got. I really need to stop being lazy. I wasn't super happy with this background. I probably need to add some more layers. I was trying to get like some purple accents in there, and I don't like the way the purple is showing through, so I'm almost thinking I'll take this blue violet color, just kind of go back. I don't know. I might just leave it. My hands are still cramping from 2 pencil backgrounds. For those who do nothing but pencil backgrounds, y'all are crazy, or you have some seriously strong hands. So then I did have a portrait completed. Come on, you guys know me. I have to do a portrait or so. This is from Jennifer Zimmerman, also known as Modern Coloring, on Etsy. Zoom you guys in a little. So this was actually from her steampunk Halloween, and the Halloween version had like spider webs and then fangs, but then she had this version that was like not. And yes, I missed a whole clump of hair right there. Didn't notice till I uploaded it to Etsy, or not Etsy, Instagram. And I was like, oops. So the hair is done with Pro Color, I think. Everything else is Prismacolor. I used that antique gold combo that I love to use. And yeah, I mean, I love my Prismas. I just love the way they blend. Oh, they're so pretty. Love the way they're I can create a gold with them. I didn't do a background on this one because I just didn't feel like it. And I wasn't about to break out and do a pencil background on this. I did give her makeup. I don't always do makeup, but I felt like she needed it on this one. Just because the colors I was going to use, if I would have left her au naturel, I don't think her eyes would have popped as much. But yeah, I did like that one. Okay. So I joined the infamous Enchanted Faces Buddy Color group, which now has so many names, I don't think I could say them all. It used to be Amberly Silencia, Korilynn, and Emma Colors. And then I know since then myself was added, Jen's Coloring Corner was added, Anne was added. Oh my gosh, there's more, I know it. Amanda Downey, Erica from Elm Colors. Yeah, there's like so many added now. Oh, Lavelia's Coloring as well was one of the originals, the OGs. So yeah, I joined because I want to finish this book and this will force me. So I have this version. This is the one that I have all taken apart, but they had picked some that I had already done. Now, like, there's no rule, like, if you've already done it, you don't have to redo it. But because I have the second copy and I love it so much, I redid it. So this was one of them. This is called Moon Glow. I really don't like how it turned out compared to, oh, where's my other Moon Glow? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not super happy. It's with my Prismas. I did use some of those Ohuhu glitter markers. It just, yeah, it is what it is, but it was finished, so I guess there's that. And then they had picked 3 pages, but I only finished 2, and the second one was Cali Girl, I think is what this one's called, and this luckily is in my book that I'm trying to finish up, and I had never done this one. I had been avoiding this one. So I had done her hair. This is not the combo, that's for something else. I used my usual favorite Hannah Lynn hair combo, and I just kept it really simple because that's what I do with the Hannah Lynn pages. Like, the whole point of these is to be simple and have fun. Like, I'm not doing these pages to go crazy artsy. In fact, I don't want to do that because these are almost like my palette cleanser. They're a fun little thing to do in between pages. Okay. This was from December, and I don't think I showed you guys this one. But this was like I had originally done it for Nirma Coloring's Purple Hair, Purple Lip Woman. And I also gave her purple eyeshadow because otherwise she just looked funky. But this was all Prismacolor, even the hair, but that's because it was more cartoony. And then the background is Distress ink with some glittery Mod Podge, but I absolutely hate the background. Not the glitter, the yellow. I wanted a softer yellow, and this turned out just a little too bright for me. And because it's so bright, it takes away from the detail in the leaves. Like I've got cream, pale sage, all sorts of light greens up in there, and the yellow just kind of drew them out. So yeah, I wasn't super happy with that one. I'll probably redo this one next year because I like this image a lot. I just don't like the way it turned out. I want to redo it. Okay. Then, this was not one of my 10 books to finish. Instead, it was one of her other ones, but I might swap them because I found myself just wanting to keep coloring in this book. So, I did this one here. This is Trolla and Smoggy. I did this for Nirma Coloring's Blue Hair tag on Instagram. I used Black Widows for the hair, and then everything else is Prismacolor. I didn't do a background because, well, I was lazy. I didn't feel like it. But I had a lot of fun with this like cute little hair. And like when I was looking for an image to color with blue hair, and I saw this one, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for blue hair. And then I also colored this one. Now, this was originally colored as part of the January Color Your Hoard, hosted by Lavelia's Coloring and T's World of Coloring. And I just had so much fun with this picture. Oops, I just smeared it. Now I gotta erase it. I didn't give it a background, but that's because I felt this frame was enough. That said, I may go in and add a really, really light pink with like a distress ink or a gelato inside. I'm not sure though. You guys let me know what you think. I didn't go and outline the dots. I might go back in with black. I don't want to use white. I feel that would take away and bring you up here instead of here. And I tried to make her look fierce because she is fierce. It's the We Can Do It. So I gave her a lot more makeup and tried to make her face a little bit fiercer. I don't know. When I posted this on Instagram, I said it was Pro Color, but that wasn't true. This is actually all Prisma. I did the hair with Prisma simply out of laziness. I did not feel like going upstairs and getting a better pencil for the hair. So I used my Prismas, but this is why I don't like Prismas for hair. I mean, it looks good, but it could totally look better. I did, however, have my craft knife handy, so I was able to cut a few things out. But still, it's still not quite where I would have wanted it to be, but that's okay. This is my favorite picture for January. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun with this. I feel like the fabric on her little denim thing here turned out perfectly. Like, I really don't have a ton of complaints. I know I just listed like 4, but I really don't, like, they don't turn me off. So, yeah, this was a fun one to do and just sit there and play with my Prismas. But like I said, I think this is going to be swapped in as my one of my 10 books to finish. I've actually colored this already. It's on my wall here in the art studio, but I'm going to color it again, gosh darn it. But yeah, I like all the images in this one so much better. Why didn't I flag that one for February? Hang on. We're going to put a taggy on it because I have a whole pile of books to color for February. But yeah, I'm drawn to this one more than the other one, which is strange because I was drawn to the other one. I don't know. That's what happens. You can't like say I'm going to color all these this month because then it doesn't work out. So yeah, but that is all that I did this month. Like I said, I have a lot of whips. So a lot of the whips you saw, you'll probably see in February's because they are staying on my art desk, helping keep it all cluttered so that it forces me to do their backgrounds and not just put them away and forget about them. So that's my trick to forcing myself. But all right, well, thank you for hanging out and checking out my completed pages. You know, if there's anything tutorial-wise, you know, that you've seen me color, but you want to see how I colored it, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. I can never guarantee that I'll do all of them, but I try to get them done when I can. So, until next time, everyone, take care. Bye now.